Thank you. How we doing? I gotta get this chair the hell out of the way. This just bothers me. I don't know why. I shouldn't be that. I gotta feng shui it. Shouldn't be there in the middle of the stage. All right. So let me ask you. Here we go. We're almost to the end of February. Only a couple days left. How's everybody doing on your New Year's resolutions? Dieting, exercising, hopefully you haven't quit drinking. Well, I want you to know I'm doing fantastic on mine. Of course, I'm doing the same three I've been doing. Lose more hair, gain more weight, and have less sex. I don't mean to brag, but so far I'm 3 for 3. I passed over the 6-pack abs and I went right for the kegger abs. My son cuts my parents' grass. My dad gives him 20 bucks. Then my mom, without my dad knowing, gives him another 20 bucks. You know what I got when I cut the grass? Sweaty. Spent 200 bucks on Rogaine. Still fucking bald. Genius buddy of mine says, well, Ed, why don't you just shave it all off? That's what all the cool kids are doing. Really? Shave it all off. Some guys look good with shaved heads. Cool, calm, confident. Me? Looks like the doctor gave me 6 months to live. So then he says, well, Ed, I know what you can do. Get a toupee. Really? A toupee? So let me get this straight here, genius. You want me to leave work Friday bald. And then show up Monday with a full head of fake hair. Like nobody's gonna notice. Hey, who's the new guy? Oh, Ed! New tie, new glasses, something different about you. I just can't put our finger on it. But that's okay, ladies, because you know what they say, don't you? You know why men go bald? It's because we have such a high level of testosterone. Which also means we make better lovers, we last longer, and oh yeah, we got bigger fucking equipment. Dude! That's what I'm talking about! Alright, maybe I made that last part up. This is what pisses me off, people. My son and I go get a haircut together, they charge him $12. You know what they charge me? $12! So I'm over 50. It's made me realize a few things in my life. It's made me realize I'm so old. I can remember when I used to pick up the newspaper and the first thing I looked for was the sports section. Now, it's obituaries. I'm so old, I can remember when I could barely live without sex. Now, I can't live without my glasses. I'm so old, I can remember when I could tie my shoes and breathe at the same time. And as I get older, I'm getting a little sick and tired of waiting in lines. Like everybody else. I go to my local grocery store, and what happens every time when I get in line? I get behind the dumbass that still writes a check. Seriously, a check? It's 2016. Get a bank card. But the worst part isn't even that they're writing a check. No, the worst part is I guarantee you, they're not going to know the date or what store they're in. Lady, it's Tuesday, you're in Kroger, giddy up. And McDonald's. Seriously? 2 drive-through lanes? Why, so you can go twice as slow? And dude that stands in line for 10 minutes, then when you get to the counter, you still don't know what the hell you want? Come on, man, burgers. Cheese? No cheese. It's not that hard. And you're not getting a salad. You know it. I know it. They know it. Getting a salad at McDonald's is kind of like going to the strip club to get a lap hug. people. These places need to have a regular line, an express line, and a dumbass line. And if you gotta ask which line you belong in, yeah, you know. It's amazing how time flies as you get older, and you really notice it with music. You know, when you're a teenager, early 20s, your music is hip, it's happening, it's contemporary. But you're going to school, you're hanging out, you're dating, you're making friends, you're going to school. And what happens? All of a sudden, your music isn't contemporary anymore. It's become classic. Now you got career, you got marriage, you got responsibilities, minivan. And now your music isn't even classic anymore. It's oldies. What the hell happened, people? 1 minute I am driving to school my junior year in high school listening to my brand new 8-track of the Eagles, Hotel California. Life was good, I had hair. The next minute I'm sitting in my doctor's office filling out insurance forms, waiting to get my prostate exam. And what do I hear overhead? The Eagles, Hotel California. Is this what they mean by the circle of life? Oh, and I gotta tell you, is I'm in that office with that doctor and I look over my shoulder and I see him putting those gloves on one finger at a time. I don't have a peaceful, easy feeling. I don't know if you guys, do a comedy, you're always listening to the radio, you read newspapers, whatever, and you see these goofy, weird stories a lot of times. I don't know if you saw this or not, or heard about this. 100-year-old man ran a marathon. 100. Just how bad you want to get out of that damn nursing home. What is there, a Denny's or a Frisch's at the finish line? I know I shouldn't give him too much grief because I don't look it, but last year I did finish my first marathon. Thank you. Of course, I started in 2011. But I finished it still. Here's what I want to know. How'd you like to be that guy? You know the guy I'm talking about. The guy that tells his family, his friends, his co-workers he's running in a marathon, and then he goes on and gets beat by a guy that's 100 years old. I don't know about you, but I want to kick his ass. I don't care if he was on a hover round. I've had a number of jobs in my lifetime. Some good, some bad, some god-awful. Let me tell you the god-awful job. I was a Speedway co-manager trainee. Thankfully, that job only lasted 192 days. Folks, let me tell you a few things. First off, if you are counting out change, buy lottery tickets, it's time to call 1-800. I'm a loser. Well, let me tell you about the guy that comes in about midnight to buy beer. He goes and gets a beer, brings it up to the counter. I ask him for his ID. He goes, I forgot it. Well, I'm sorry, sir, but no ID means no beer. So then he does one of these. Dude. Dude. Everybody here knows me. Really? Dude. Who's everybody? It's fucking just you and me. But my favorite one is the guy that comes in and fills out an application for a job. On the application, one of the questions, have you ever been in the hospital? Yes, no, if yes, why? This genius checks yes, writes in, just visiting. Sad part was they hired him. Sure, you've all seen the commercials for these cars now that they will parallel park themselves. You just pull up to the spot, hit a button, and it just parks it all by itself. Fantastic. Back me up on this, guys. I don't need it. I already have that option in my car, my wife. You're never going to fit in that spot. There's no way you're going to fit in between them two cars. Why can't you park in the parking garage so I don't have to walk so far? I knew I should have married your brother. And I'm an only child. Listen, car company geniuses, you want to help us regular guys out? How about this? Here's a thought. Develop a car that'll drive us home from the bar after 10 beers. And I'll pay the $500 for the option that gets me a blowjob every once in a while. So everybody's into technology nowadays, right? Everybody's got a cell phone, an iPhone, an iPad, and everybody's texting. I almost think that most people would rather text than talk. I know I would. You know, the young people think they're really cool because they do the texting abbreviations. Us older people are the same way. We do the same thing with a little bit of a different twist, of course. For instance, LOL. If you're under 40, it's laugh out loud. If you're over 40, it's living on Lipitor. CSI, under 40, crime scene investigation. Over 40, can't stand idiots. WTF, under 40, what the fuck? Over 40, what the furniture? And sadly, at my age, the only way I need to know what the abbreviation for MILF stands for is what I'm talking about, a meal. Meal I'd like to forget. I had to think there for a minute. Man, I tell ya. I got a girl I work with. She's studying to be a doctor. But all she does is complain about how hard it is. Too many tests, too much homework. Really, you thought it was going to be easy? Of course, and it got me to thinking about this when I was at my doctor last week for my checkup. And I noticed his diplomas on the wall. Now, I got to tell you, I wasn't that impressed. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad the man graduated. But I'm a little more interested in his GPA. Listen, you go to med school, pass your medical boards, you are a doctor because you have fulfilled the minimum requirements to become board certified. George Custer went to West Point, finished last in his class. Think we know how that worked out, don't we? See, there's a fine line between an oops and a damn. Okay? And oops is, I'm sorry, Mr. Bartko, we made the incision a little too long. There might be a scar. Oops. No big deal. But a damn is, no. We took out the wrong kidney? Again? Damn! GPA stands for grade point average, not great piece of ass. I was doing comedy last year in Lake Jackson, Florida, and I picked up their newspaper and they had an article in it. They spent $3.4 million on an underpass on I-95 for turtles. Because too many turtles were getting killed crossing the highway. So? Turtle soup, anybody? Where's PETA when you need them? And I'm not talking PETA, the ethical treatment people. I'm talking PETA chips to go with the soup. Folks, let me tell you right now, for $3.4 million, I will sit my fat ass on the side of the highway with a wagon to take the turtles across. Because that's the kind of guy I am. And a buddy of mine had told me something the other day, shook my world a little bit. He said, Ed, at my age, I'd rather take a nap than have sex. Who are you? But then the more I thought about it, the more I thought, you know, he's got a point. Because let's be honest, folks, I don't have to get my pillows drunk first to sleep with me. And ladies, I hate to admit this, but when I want a nap, I got no problem getting a nap. But I also want you to know, I can turn a nap into an all-nighter. I am a firm believer that if you are in your 80s, you shouldn't be allowed to buy in bulk. I'm in my parents' house. We're both in their 80s. I love them dearly. I go over, they just come home from the grocery store, so I'm taking the groceries in for them, and I notice my mom buys a gallon jug of olive oil. A gallon. A gallon will last me my lifetime. Olive Garden only gets it in by the half gallon. So then I take this groceries inside, and of course some of the stuff stays upstairs, some of the stuff goes downstairs in the pantry. Or as I like to call the basement. I go downstairs, it's like I'm at Sam's Club. Salad dressings, cake mixes, canned veggies, canned fruits, another gallon jug of olive oil, 3 24 roll packs of toilet paper, a little too much bread in somebody's diet? This is my inheritance tied up in inventory, people. Listen, if you're in your 80s, I'm not so sure you ought to be buying green bananas. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but I have a little bit of a edgy attitude. Things are starting to piss me off as I get older. Get irritated by things. You know, like, for instance, I'm sorry, but if your child has an iPad, an iPod, an Xbox, a Wii, a PlayStation, and ever utters the phrase, "I'm bored," shut the hell up. If you are on a carry-out at 9 a.m. in the morning, buying beer, cigarettes, and lottery tickets, and you tell the cashier to get you some good lucky tickets, really? Luck has passed you by. Shut the hell up. I have worked retail close to 30 years of my life. And the one thing I've learned is this. If I ever owned a grocery store, I would want to own a TV and radio station also. And one way or another, we'd be talking about snow every single day of the year. Because when it comes to snow, you people are fucking crazy. I don't care if they're talking 2 inches or 12 inches, how much bread and milk do you need? I'm in a mire. January 5th, 2014 in Maumee, Ohio, building a display on a Sunday morning, 6:15 a.m. Woman was talking 8 to 10 inches of snow that day. Woman walks in and comes right over to me. She asks me where the shovels are. I point her in the right direction. 10 minutes later, she comes back bitching at me that we are out of shovels. First of all, I don't work here. I'm just a vendor. Second of all, maybe the problem isn't that they are out of shovels. Maybe the problem is this, lady. That it's January 5th, you live in the Midwest part of the country in Northwest Ohio, and today's the day that you got your dumb ass out of bed and thought to yourself, you know what, I better go get me a shovel. Lady, shut the hell up. I know as a guy, we are hard to figure out. Hard to understand. Part of the problem is this, ladies. While you are complex, we are simple. But I'm here to help. I'm here to help with Ed's basic guy rules. Like rule number 1. Yes and no are acceptable answers to any question. Rule number 2, anything we said over 5 days ago doesn't count. Rule number 3, Neil Armstrong didn't need directions to the moon. We don't need them here on Earth. Rule number 4, don't talk during the game. Just shut up. That's what commercials are for. Unless we're switching over to another game. And rule number 5. Ladies, if you're sitting in your chair and you look over at your man and you think to yourself, I wonder what he's thinking about right now. Here's a hint. Beer, sports, sex, TV. Just fucking pick one. And I'll even give you some of the things your man is never thinking about, ever. Your man is never thinking, you know, this Monday night football game is kind of boring. How about if we turn on Dancing with the Stars? Your man is never thinking, you know, steak isn't bad, but I think I'd rather have a salad with some tofu. Your man is never thinking, you know, I really shouldn't have another beer. And your man is never thinking, probably ought to read the directions first. And your man is never ever thinking, I sure hope my wife doesn't want to have sex again tonight. That would be twice this month. Can't we just tunnel? I don't know if you can tell or not, but I could stand to lose a pound or two. Thank you. Usually I get that one smart ass that yells out, 50, fatty. Part of the problem is this. I want to go on a diet. Really, I do. Just not bad enough. And a lot of it is I don't exercise. In fact, if you happen to see me after the show running, jogging, or walking fast, stop! Because somebody's fucking chasing me. My idea of aerobics is eating and driving at the same time. I'm at a gas station the other day, getting gas, in line, getting gas, getting a pop. I'm behind two women. One woman says to the other, I'm really hungry today. I forgot to eat yesterday. Seriously, bitch, you forgot to eat the whole damn day. Folks, I'm 54 years old. And I have forgotten a lot of things in my lifetime. But obviously forgetting to eat ain't one of them. In fact, I got a better chance of leaving the house without pants on than forgetting to eat. And I know because I've done it, but damn it, I was full. I'm sure you've all heard the old saying, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Dogs are a man's best friend. How the hell did we end up with dogs? But I'm going to tell you why it works. Dogs don't care about any other dog you've ever had before in your lifetime. Dogs like a little rough play once in a while, don't they? In fact, they get pretty damn excited when you bring out the leash. To make a dog happy, you pet it, you feed it, you walk it. To make a woman happy? Who the hell knows? If by some chance your dog becomes old and feeble and can't control his bodily functions, sadly, you can always get him to put him to sleep. When your wife gets that way, hey, that's a great time to start doing stand-up. And if by some chance you should happen to leave your dog outside overnight, when you go to let him in the next morning, he will be damn happy to see you. Damn happy. In fact, I can almost guarantee you he's going to be so happy he will jump in your lap and lick you all over. Now, you accidentally happen to lock your wife outside overnight. She ain't going to be real happy. And trust me, guys, you're not going to get licked for a long time. I'll get you out of here with this. Been a nice audience. Give yourselves a nice round of applause for coming out and supporting a great cause here tonight. One of the things I've learned, another thing I've learned as I've gotten older is this. Sex is everywhere you look. Wherever you look, it's sex, sex, sex. Except around me, of course. But you find it in the most unique places. For instance, city names. Big Ball, Lake, Kentucky, Spread Eagle, Wisconsin, Pussy Creek, Ohio, Climax, Michigan. Or how about sports? Sport terminology, like in golf. May I join this threesome? That's quite a head on that shaft. Can we play the backside? How about basketball? Big bodies banging down low, taking it to the hole, going back door. Baseball, high and tight, long relief, hit and run, back door, slider, bleeder up the middle. Football, man-on-man coverage, late. Man-on-man coverage, go long, go deep, 4th and inches, lay the wood. And even the fast food industry has jumped on this bandwagon. And if you don't believe me, look at some of the items on menus around the country. The Black Angus, the Pork Cuban, In-N-Out Burger, Slurpee, Big Gulp, Supersize, Steak and Shake, Kung Pao, the Baconator, the Whopper, the Double Meat Whopper, the Triple Meat Whopper, Decadent Daddy, Two-Handed Monster, Hot and Juicy, Hot and Ready, Big and Tasty, 3-Meat Trio, 6-inch Meatball Delight, Spicy Italian Footlong, the Big King, the Big Boy, the Big Mac. But my personal favorite is the bone-in pork butt pulled pork sandwich, smothered, slathered, bathed in special sauce. Thank you. Folks, I just got one question. Are we hungry, or are we all just horny? My name's Bartko. Thank you very much. Keep it off, Fred Bartko. Keep it off.
Real quick, Mike, tell us how many are hungry? How many are horny? Andrew and the woman in the pajamas. I can see, wifey. I was just kidding. You guys are great. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Got a great treat for you. Are you all ready for your headliner tonight? Yeah. Come on, little more energy. Ready for your headliner tonight? Yeah. This gentleman is from right here in the Mitten State. You've seen him on 80s Evening at the Improv and on Comedy Central. Please welcome to the stage your own Steve Iott.
Thank you very much. Have a nice hand for Bob, everybody. Give Bob a big round of applause. Keep clapping, everybody. He's still right in the room. There he is. So nice hand for